Fair play to you, Peggy. Sure, the town won't cope. Not. Sure, the sewerage system alone won't cope. Not.
One, two, three, four.
Sure, no one wants to listen to that diddly-a shite. Not at all.
Now, what great memories that brings back there, and that is, what is it now? It's over a year now, isn't it?
It's a year, yeah, last year's flap. Yeah.
The man responsible for the Begrudges, FLEADH TOWN, the whole lot, Phillip Doherty is here.
Yeah, well, we're rerunning it, and so we've been in rehearsals for the last week, so it's revamped, I suppose.
Few surprises?
Yes. There's a few surprises, yeah.
Celebrity guests.
I'm still trying to get them all for more nudity, but we'll get there.
That's Philip. Seems to be Philip's main point in theatre is to trick people into taking their clothes off.
Well, you know, I mean, it's we'll see where we go anyway. The rehearsals have been fun. No, it's been great to meet up with everyone again. We've the exact same cast, same stage managers, unfortunately the same director. But yeah, no, it's been great crack. We've been looking at all the scenes. I think last year, you know, it was a big play, and just trying to get it ready in time for opening night was...
But again, we're always saying here that people don't realise what goes on. Everyone sees the finished product. It's like playing in the band. Everyone sees you playing in the band. You have great crack playing in the band there. You have great crack up there on the stage. You know, nobody sees the prep that goes into it.
Nobody sees
the months of...
The coffee drinking,
the
the
tension.
rollies, smoking, staring at something invisible out the window in the distance. It's all part of it.
Wandering.
Yeah.
Pondering even.
I wandered lonely as a cloud.
Yeah,
Nobody ever knows the next line.
That I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills.
After that, the comma. You missed the comma, you see.
After, there was a semicolon in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After daffodils. I think. What's the new... Well, you're allowed to tell us any surprises.
Well, FLEADH TOWN, I mean, I think I've made some edits to the play and sharpened it up. There's a couple of new scenes. There's going to be an interesting scene in the second half for, you know, they've all got such beautiful voices, so that's going to come into play a little bit. And it's just great to see where the Begrudgers started off from.
Yeah.
And but we've had so much crack with it. Swirlia, who's a character who's kind of played by Ray Fitzsimons, who was quite a sleazy character last year. Now he's borderline. He's borderline rapist now. I'm joking. No, it's just all the we've been able to put a lot more detail into the scenes, and we're just laughing our heads off running through the rehearsals. But yeah, so we're looking forward to getting it up and running again. It's the last time we'll ever do
While
it.
we have you on the subject, what about the begrudges? Is anything in the pipeline there? What about the hidden episode? I have seen.
It's been sent into space. RT sent it into space.
Yeah,
it's never going to be seen ever again.
But, we could show it here.
We could, yeah, absolutely. You can take the rap for it on bus there, and I have no problem with that.
All right, free tickets.
Yeah, we screened it in Blessings one night, and it was the rap party of the Begrudges, and it just went down the storm, and it's a pity we didn't get the show, but I'd be interested in leaking it.
Yeah, because it adds to the legend. It does, though. You know, to the mystery of oh, I've seen it. I've seen it. No, you haven't seen it. No, you
the
want to see
privileged view of Cavan.
Yeah, you want to see what happens in your woman in the back of the bus is class.
Yeah, no, I mean it's yeah, maybe it's certainly over 21s anyway.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Definitely.
There's robots in it as well.
Oh, like
Yeah,
transformer
loads
thingies.
Yeah, little hidden Easter eggs inside it.
Oh,
So people
Easter
are mad to
eggs.
see it. Yeah.
Hidden gems on the DVD. But Philip, along with this, you're writing another play.
Yes, that's right. So FLEADH TOWN we're rerunning again, and so we've decided to do a new play called The Devil's Cayley. And Mr. Kevin McGahern, we were chatting about it, I think up at the Flat Lake film, and I was describing what I was hoping to do, and Kevin just came up with all these brilliant ideas for it. So we've decided to co-write it and co-direct it. And I've never really done co-written anything with it. Else, but it's a great weight off my shoulders to share the blame.
Yeah. If it's a disaster, I'd say,
That was Kevin's bit.
Philip's there, yeah.
Yeah.
Tried to stop him, but
Yeah, no, so that's a relief. So the Devil's Cayley, we're doing it in McIntyre's, the old furniture shop beside Abbey Street there, and yeah, it's basically it's a mad enough show. There's going to be a cast of over 30 in it, and it's looking back. It's set in the 1960s in a Cayley house, sexually repressed Ireland.
you remember, Paul.
Of course I do. I do well.
So Devil.
I was at Hops and Gowner. Believe me.
You
Yeah, Hops.
You introduced Flares to Ghana.
I introduced Flair to Gowner.
Huge records.
Yeah, it's set in the 60s in a Cayley house, where you've got three characters that are a stranger arrives in and spikes the drinks of three unsavoury characters
Oh.
with LSD, and they all, I suppose, see the devil in their own way, you know, their own personal fears.
I think I was at this party.
What?
I think I was at that party.
You were probably the stranger.
I probably was.
Yeah,
An imp.
yeah.
When it's
A
right.
little white-haired imp in flared
Hey,
trousers.
no, not white. It's 50 Shades of Grey. That's what it is. 50 Shades of Bald at the back. But
Getting there as well myself.
30 people in this play.
Yes. Dara Slack's doing the music as well. Dara and his band of minstrels. So there'll be two sides to this. You'll have the normal kind of Cayley diddly-eye music, and then when the drugs take hold, the music will completely change into kind of trippy. We're going to let Dara Slack just run away with it, really.
And no better man to run away.
No better man to run away with it, yeah.
And like the lad said, for people who are strangers to the town, it's in McIntyre's old furniture shop, which is in Abbey Street beside Flood's Taxis there. So ask anybody when you come to Cavan where it is, because it's a bit off the beaten track, but you will find a great venue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's right
no.
in the centre as well, really. It's beside the bus station, beside that big marquee where they have every year.
It's fantastic. Like, you know, who's the star?
Who's the star? The Devil's the star, I think. And I don't know. It's a strange enough one. We're really excited about people's reaction to it, I think.
We're kind of dreading it as well.
Is that not from a controversial point of view, or is it?
Well, it'll certainly be controversial, but that's not really the aim. Is trying to imagine people in the 1960s and what their fears are, and trying to induce these through LSD, and so the audience are going to be kind of basically seeing what their trip is.
Yeah.
So we're looking through their eyes, and so it's going to go from a normal Cayley scene to this mad trip scene. I mean, just to give one thing away, there will be a talking teapot.
Yeah.
You've been there, I'm sure, as well. Yeah.
Have you talked to many teapots?
I was that teapot. I remember.
The big handle at the back.
There was rumours back in the 60s, I don't know if you remember the show bands where the devil turned up at the Cayley house in Cong and Mayo at some dance hall. So I heard that story and I was kind of going, that's kind of interesting. But apparently there was people dressing
John
up.
Wayne to make the Quiet Man, wasn't it?
Was that?
Yeah, it was John Wayne to make the Quiet Man. That's where it was made.
Apparently there's just other rival Cayley or show band venues dressed up as the devil and went to these other show band venues, and when there was rumours of the devil, it was bad press and nobody went near it, which is complete madness now, because if that happened in the Imperial or something, we'd be like, geez, I'm definitely going there.
Kyogen would be charging you more in probably to see him get a handshake and a photo. Stick it up on Facebook. But yeah, there was a story about a spiking in the 60s, wasn't there? Between two rival nightclubs where one spiked the drink of the other, and people just went clean mad. So there is truth to our madness.
Yeah, well, it was mad times.
What did you fear back then?
Lemon soda.
Jeez, you man of simple fears.
Crisps were a big one.
You feared crisps?
Yeah, potato.
A fear of running out of them, or a fear...
Exactly, now you have it. You see that? Running out of them. But I was a Killishandra.
Yeah.
It's very, very quiet.
Say no more.
One horse town.
You cleaned it up.
Cleaned it up. I left. Came to Cavan.
That's a better town since.
To the metropolis. But yeah,
who's playing who? Are we allowed to say who's playing who?
There's well, first of all, the Cayley scene is going to transform from Cayley to Trip scene, so the music's going to have a huge part to it, and Dara Slack and Alan Darcy and Stevie O'Brien and Declan Smith and Kevin Keller are part of the band. The people that are in it are Kim McCafferty's going to be in it. She's going to be a she-devil, if you can imagine that.
Yeah.
Very, very easy to
Yes. Thanks, Kim.
We haven't cast the teapot.
I've designed the outfit. Hold on. I've designed it. It's okay.
Who else is in it? Killy McGuinness is in it.
Hold on, go back to Kim.
So it's these three old men. I'm not saying these guys are old or anything. They're looking back and reminiscing on that night that changed their lives.
Right.
So Killy McGuinness, Larry McCluskey and John McAvoy. From Chronic Bookshop, where all the good books are. I'll get a $5 off them.
Get a book token.
Get a free dictionary every time.
So these three guys are looking back on what happened that night, and so there's an array of local cast. Natalie Ford's in it, Cathy Fitzpatrick, Paul Marin, Darren Lynch. Who else is in it? Kevin's going to be in it. Ronan Ward's going to be in it. So there's a huge cast.
Acting fraternity there.
Yeah, great selection.
Yeah.
Fantastic actors.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to seeing it. It's going to be controversial. It's
Is it going to be controversial or is it going to be shocking?
It's not.
You know.
What's the difference in controversial and shocking?
Well, you see something. Yes, I didn't think they'd say that.
Which one was
And then you
that?
see them do something. You think, yes, that was shocking.
I think it'd be a bit of both. We'll take 60-40 ratio of shocking to controversial.
I was hoping on the sheet every bit, to be honest.
We'll send over a Kim to do.
Okay, Kim in for a chat now, and she can tell us herself.
She will. Well, it's subject to like the devil. You can't really.
And Natalie Ford,
it's not going to be fluffy, you know.
Yeah, Natalie Ford's going to be a henchman of a henchwoman of the she-devil, no doubt.
Well, there are Mullahorn lads that are henchmen.
Oh yeah, Mullahorn lads with Tommy guns make an appearance at one point.
It's crazy.
Which is probably the biggest fear of any man in Cavan.
Yeah.
Mullahorn lads with guns. Yeah.
Without guns.
Yeah, well, without guns either. Yeah.
But lads, when you're writing together, how does it work? Do you bounce ideas, or do you ring each other and say, what about this bit? Thought this bit. And
Phil's a hard man to get hold of on the phone.
I know.
You have to lock him into a room. Yeah. I don't. Well, like it was Phil's idea from a few years ago, really, didn't you?
Yeah, well, myself and Dara wanted to do something. Myself and Dara were doing sort of beat poetry and short stories, and Dara was doing a soundtrack. And we were performing them live, and that was one of the stories we wanted to write and kind of do sort of psychedelic trad music. And we never got around to doing it, but this instead of being a little short story, it kind of unraveled into this bigger story. So that's where we started talking about it first, and the opportunity with this to do something really kind of interesting and unique with the music, and especially with trad music. And so I decided to do something this year in the FLEADH rather than, we're doing FLEADH TOWN again, and that was a great hit last year, and we're doing the Twits again, but I just wanted to do something new and something that that could possibly excite audiences. And
did you two do the LSD research?
Oh, for the last few weeks we've been doing nothing but...
Yeah, we locked ourselves into a room.
You've got a Fear and Loathing shirt on at the moment.
This is all research, yeah.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Fear and Loathing in Cornafane.
We had the last week or so we've been working together in a room and locked ourselves in, with tea.
We had a bit of wine, bit of tea. It didn't get too crazy.
But does it formulate itself then? Do you say, oh, Jesus, we'll try this one. What do I think of this? And, put that
it was
in
just,
there.
I suppose, just throwing around ideas, and you see the reaction of the other person. If it's good, you stick it down. If it's bad, you forget about it, I find it a lot easier to write with other people than to try it myself.
Well, they're two very talented lads. Seriously, bouncing off each other would be great. I don't mean actually
fancy enough, shouldering each other into walls.
And then
shoulders.
Two sumo wrestler things together. The amusement.
Maybe at the end.
And what about the Twits?
The Twits, it's in the Rugby Club on the 17th, 18th and 19th. Charlie and the Big Friendly Twits with Tommy Sharkey and Charlie McGuinness playing playing about 30 characters each. When I handed them the script, I think they were like, oh God. But they're just brilliant, unbelievably talented actors. And Kevin O'Connor.
And that was a massive success last year as well.
It was, yeah. Well, the first year we did plays, we did 7 plays, but we didn't have a kids play. And Tommy Sharkey has kids, and he was like, why? There was no children's play. And they're actually coming to see some of the plays, like in the park, and they weren't really suitable for children. So he was mad to do a children's play. So we put this together. We adapted 6 Roald Dahl books into one stage play, and the children loved it last year.
There's a strong possibility that Charlie's going to have an Indian accent. You know that, don't you?
And a tan. Poor Charlie Bucket's got a tan.
A little sniper dog.
It'd be great though. The Twits. So that's the Twits. The Devil's
Ceilidh. Devil's Ceilidh.
Devil's Ceilidh. That sounds really, really, really interesting. I've seen the poster. That's the poster with the crowd on it, is it?
Yeah.
That looks really good.
So I did that poster. You can see Pope Ratzinger's eyes in the clouds as well.
Oh, so
staring down at lads. But that's running from...
Is that whose eyes there?
Yeah, did I tell you that? I did the poster for it. What was I going to say? Yeah, that's running from the 13th. There's a preview on the 13th, the Tuesday of August, and run until the 18th.
Brilliant.
To Saturday, yeah.
Tuesday the 14th to 14th. Saturday the 18th. And FLEADH TOWN's opening on Saturday the 11th till the following Sunday.
FLEADH TOWN's in the Gonzo.
In the Gonzo Theatre, or the old Gonzo.
The old Gonzo, yeah.
So we're making a return.
Yeah, for the FLEADH.
For the FLEADH, yeah. So anyone that hasn't seen, I don't know if people know about it. There's 6 brilliant actors that are playing. They're playing something like 10 characters each. From musicians to dancers to publicans to hookers to priests to dogs on the street, basically. And last year was a huge challenge to get it ready on time, and it was a big success. But this year we're having so much fun and kind of going into the scenes a little more and having detail with it. And it's been a lot of fun to go back to that. But so book your tickets.
Yeah, it really is fantastic. And again, no matter where you're watching in the world, and I know you're on your way over to us here, get to see these places. Really, FLEADH TOWN was the talk of the FLEADH last year. That really was. It's sold out every night, and it's fantastic. Now, this Devil's thingy, it's got me shivery now.
Are you afraid of the devil, Paul?
Leave the lights on!
It's a bit of crack, it's just a play.
It's the shock and then controversy. That's what I'm waiting for.
Well, we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what Mel and Rosie will think about it. But I think
they'll be fine.
They've seen it all before now at this stage. But I think we're just trying to be as honest as possible in what people's fears were back then. And I think it's a comedy on fear, and trying to put this into a stage play has been a huge challenge. But that's sure. There's no point in doing something unless it's a challenge, really, is it?
That's it. What about setting out McIntyre's? What's that like? Like, you're going to have it seated and... Of course, but what about the stage? Where is it? The stage? Who's going to do
it's
that?
A huge kind of warehouse.
I know the room. I know what it looks like, and it's
going to be a huge warehouse. Which it's got. So we're going to have a huge playing area. So it's going to be a Ceilidh scene. So with 30 characters playing with a band playing. So, going from the Gonzo, which is a small playing area, to this huge, expensive playing area, we're really going to take advantage of that. So
It'll feel like you're at an actual venue, you know. Hopefully.
I'm trying to visualize the room, and you can see that open space that's when you go down into it. It's like a big hall.
Yeah, you'd be facing as you walk into it, you'd
Yeah.
be facing the stage, would be on this side of it.
So we're going to tear this scene, but some of the music, it goes from just the normal Cayley music, but when it flips in, it is music off that era. So for example, Big Bad John by Jimmy Dean, a lot of cool country music's going to be in it, and some of the funk from back then. So it's not going to turn into like rave from Scooter.
You're not going to be getting any, backlights with crazy
There's not
Prodigy
going to be
tunes.
UV lights or anything like that.
No, might a few. Might a few at the back.
30 cast, that is really good.
But I think people from that era will, we're playing music from that era, so it might be a situation where they can.
Bound to generate huge interest.
Yeah.
Huge interest around the town anyway, and we'll get it out there as much as we can. Lads, thanks a million for coming in.
Thank you, Paul.
Pleasure, thank
What a
you.
pleasure. Now you're frightening the shite out of me now. Go home thinking about the devil's Cayley. Kevin and Philip, and don't forget, I'll let the lads tell you all about it, lads, if you want to tell everyone in there what's going on and where.
Okay, so the Gonzo are doing 3 shows. FLEADH TOWN is on in the Gonzo Theatre from Saturday 11th to the following Sunday the 19th. And the Devil's Cayley is...
Running from the 14th to the 18th down at the old furniture warehouse on Abbey Street, beside the Abbey.
Yeah, and Charlie the Big Friendly Twits is in the Rugby Club on the 17th, 18th and 19th. And, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the lads on the monitor here, and I'm going to exercise Kevin McGahern with the beard and everything, because he looks like the devil.
Yeah, I've had Manny's mother told me that before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Daughters.
No, the daughters don't mind. It's the,
Daughters, mothers.
mothers of daughters.
Mother's daughters. Well, look, I'm getting out of here. Get me a... Emma, bring the holy water in.
I've been living in Phil's house for the last few days. This is why I look this bad. I've been staying up till 4 o'clock every night, scrawling nonsense on
you know that
pages.
scene in Father Ted, with My Lovely Horse, when they're like, just play the fucking note,
It's very like
The
that.
best like
smoky room.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin and Philip, and don't forget, look out for the stuff. We'll be advertising here on Cavan TV anyway. That's the Gonzo for FLEADH TOWN, the McIntyres, which really will be good. That's McIntyres for the Devils.
Cayley.
I keep wanting to say Crucible. That makes it even more eerie. Devil's Crucible. And the Twits, of course. I'm going to the
sequel.
Twits. Thanks very much. We'll talk to you soon. And I think we've got another exorcism coming on with Seamus O'Rourke later on. So thanks to the lads, and we'll talk to you real soon. Thank you.